Hey, my brothers and sisters, this is again me, Reverend Watson, from Kingdom of Deliverance Baptist Church. Decided I needed to throw this impromptu video up um, simply by the fact that I posted another video uh, uh, early in the month, or late last month, regarding uh, uh, don't be angry. Be angry, but sin not. Uh, Reflecting on the protests that were going on across uh, the country in different cities because of police brutality. The reason why I'm back up again, because I would be remiss or amiss if I didn't post another video in light of what has happened in New York over the weekend. One of the things I've got to express is that I am really disappointed again. I'm disappointed again because I was disappointed in no indictment for what was going on with those cases of those young men's deaths, but also now disappointed because of the deaths of two police officers. Um, I hold police officers in high regard and high esteem. The reason being is because, just like every other group of people, there are those that are bad apples that definitely need to be dealt with and need to be removed from the group. Means loss of job if you are in employment of protecting and serving the community. You also need to be removed um, if you are a detriment to society, which means you go to jail. Yes, I said it, jail. Uh, because what just happened with all the news that's coming out of a mentally disturbed man shooting officers in cold blood who were just sitting in their car, and hearing all the rhetoric that all the protests are doing this. It's not the protests that are doing it. It's a sick individual. And there are sick individuals that will line up with any cause to make a statement, to make a name for themselves, to get the headlines, to think that they're doing something for the cause. A bunch of bad apples that don't use common sense. My brothers and sisters, if we want change, we cannot be violent about it. We are now in a generation of impatient people. We live in an impatient generation. Microwaves, everything we need. Walk around with cell phones, instant messaging, texting, everything at our fingertips. So we become impatient and we can't wait for change. And we're going to try to bring about, we have people that will try to bring about change any way they can. But I'm reminded of a march that Dr. King did. And I can't remember if it was the march from Selma to Montgomery, but it was a march nonetheless. And when they pulled off to the side of the road, they had one of the young men speak by the name, and I'm not going to give his name, but out of that speech came the phrase Black Power. And when Dr. King heard that, he made a very interesting comment. He said that black power equals black death. Not because that we are supposed to be powerless, but the use of violence in order to bring change will bring more casualties. Peaceful protest, is what needs to happen. So, my brothers and sisters, if you want change, protest, but do it nonviolently. And in your protest, remember that what we're protesting against is a change in how we are viewed, which means we've got to change the perception on how we are viewed. We've got to change and be what folks don't expect. I know I'm going to get a lot of folks that are going to pass by this video and not listen to it, but we've got to be different. We can't promote what is popularized in society or how we're supposed to be. Because just as there are bad cops or bad actors in the police department, there are bad actors within our community. Yeah, I said it. And those are the ones, the minority of us as a minority, become the forefront, and they become the face people for who we are. There are more people like me and more people like you who might be watching it than those bad actors. Remember, we're all a people. We're all a God's creation, and all of our lives matter. Hopefully later on today, and later on this week before Christmas, I will be posting a video that I preached about 3 weeks ago regarding with the topic of the oppressor becomes a victim of his own oppression. I'm going to put that up. I want you to stay tuned for it. I want you to listen to it, and I want you to minister. I want it to minister to you. Because we wrestle not against flesh and blood. We're not fighting an enemy that we can see. We're fighting the enemy that rules principalities and has spiritual wickedness in high places. We've got to remember we are all God's children, regardless of what we look like. So till next time, my brothers and sisters, be on the lookout for that video. And don't forget to rate, comment, share, and subscribe. And until next time, God bless, and talk to you soon.